What's up, YouTube? Hopefully this time my audio is actually working correctly. I turned it up. This time the stream name is on point. It is versus Elden Beast. I did manage to beat Radagon for the first time at the end of the last stream, just over the hour mark, an hour and 5 minutes to be exact. Then I immediately got mollywopped by the Elden Beast. After that, I went back into the lab. I did try to make the Radagon fight a little bit more consistent. I ended up learning that if I hit him with 4 clean eruptions in a close enough time frame, that it will break his poise, break his stance, and then from there I could ride past him. After that, hit him with either. I've been hitting him with the charged heavy. Um, I'm going to try eruption if I end up failing a couple times and see if that can cleanly kill him, because the problem is he gets back up, and after he gets back up, I have to fight him a little bit more. That means that I don't end up using blue during that trial because I get 5 of these. Um, and since I don't end up using blue, that saves me some time, and I take way less damage, which saves me. I think that was 5. I stopped counting halfway. I'm pretty sure that was 5. Anyway, but nonetheless, I'm going to make two two small optimizations here, and hopefully they end up being bigger optimizations in the real term. So as far as flasks go, so for quality of life while I'm exploring areas, I've always had 4. I'm going to drop that to 2. And the reason why is, again, if I'm doing it right, I shouldn't have to hit Radagon. I shouldn't have to use a blue against Radagon at all, which should give me a full flask to go up against 2 full flasks to go up against Elden Beast. And I should have more than 2 full flasks, because also what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Radagon's Great Rune. And what Radagon's Great Rune is going to do is that's going to raise maximum HP, FP, and stamina. So let's see where we're at. It's all by 15%. 15% of 75 is not going to be that much. I think it's going to be like maybe 8, maybe 10. Let's see. So that'll give me 85 FP. Hopefully that's enough for a 6th. I'm going to use a Rune Arc. I'm not actually going to. Yep. And then let's see how many we can use now. Now, Rune Arcs are expensive because I do not do invasions. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 6 clean. As long as I don't get myself mollywopped too quickly, which will be a combination of Bold Crab and not forgetting to use it, we should be good to go. So, with those 2 optimizations made, both the flasks and the Rune Arc, and honestly, this is I think this is only the 2nd time in my entire run I've used Rune Arc. The first time was in order to use Law of Regression, and this is the 2nd time I've used Rune Arc. I hope I still got the skills from yesterday. I was thinking sleeping because I was tired. I'm hoping that getting some sleep and then getting ready will make me better. That normally tends to happen. Your body absorbs what you've been doing. So hopefully this isn't a terrible run. Hopefully I get results like on my Millennia Challenge, where I came back after a day and I managed to mollywop her on the first try after dying 50 times in a row. So here we go. We'll grab it. Alright, let's go Radagon. Alright, remember, I need, if I'm really good, I get 3. I get 3 clean. That's 1. 2. That's 3. That's 3 clean. So this is a guarantee. That's a guarantee, Reinhardt. We're done. Knockout. There we go. And just like I'm saying, I'm actually going to try it now. Oh, I wasn't planning on getting hit by that. There we go. Cool. I was not planning on getting hit by that, so that's unfortunate. Okay, he's gonna do that. Should've got hit by that. Wow. Alright, this went from a good run to a bad run very quickly. Yeah. That's the problem with Radagon. Okay. And now I'm just wasting heals. That's a hash. Yeah. Too much of his stuff just blends together eventually. Oh, I shouldn't have got hit by that. Oh, I'm dead. Introduction, and then me get my butt whooped. Let's go ahead and get that cracking again. Unfortunately, I had 63 of these things to start with. What is that? And what does that leave me at with FP? 86 FP from 75. Not bad. Gain of 11. But what it really is a... Oh no! I did not pop. I'm making the same mistakes. Well, as long as I don't get hit, I don't have to worry about it. The gold crab is really an insurance policy. Me getting hit like this. Okay, I'm just gonna die here. I'm just gonna pop his gold crab. Oh, he's still in phase 1. I don't know if I can win from here, but I want to try. Freaking delays, man. Alright, let's get the second one. Okay. Let's go for a phase transition. I don't know if this knocks him down. Ouch. Yeah? I was dodging. Okay. Oh, blue. There's one of my 2 blues. Like I said, I don't know if I can win from here. Alright, I'm gonna skip the rune arc. I don't really want to waste rune arcs if I'm just getting smashed. And it doesn't. I don't need to use 5 eruptions to kill him. I really only need to use 4. So, what's that? My blinds are acting crazy. Alright. The mistake I had made last time. Why I took so much extra damage besides It's getting kind of windy. I'm gonna have to close these windows. Clean? Oh no, it's clean. So, it might look like sloppy play, but really I am trying to optimize the exact distance where I start up that, stop it. Where I start up eruption. Of course you can use that version. Okay. Maybe I can get a 4th one in. Oh no. Should have believed in myself there. Oh, I deserve that. Yeah. I know I was too close. If you're within that sigil, you're just dead. Yeah. You kind of have to dodge backwards and to the sides to avoid it getting caught in that. And I'm sure there's some pro that knows a better way to dodge it, but that's the way I dodge it consistently, is to go backwards and away from it. Backwards and to the side diagonally. Okay. So that all it is you need to be clean and you need to be fast and you need to not get hit. It sounds like obvious. It sounds like gee whiz, that's obvious, but it really is all 100%. See, that was too close. I'm lucky I got that off. Oh. Yeah. Can we not? Base transition? Nope. Yeah, that's a waste. That's a total waste. He's already gained his poise. Or his stance, rather. Yeah, it's a total waste. And that's kind of why I was thinking about going to a poise, to a higher poise amount, because that hammer doesn't stagger me if I have a little bit more poise. And sure, having the holy resistance is great and all, and not having to wear. Well, let's see where I can get my point. The problem is I have to drop something, and what am I willing to drop in order to increase? Like, I want that. I need that. I need all that. I think it's better to just execute better than to increase poise, because poise doesn't even help me in the second fight. So, poise would help me decimate Radagon, Rob. Do you know what else would help me decimate Radagon? Not getting hit. Or not messing up that. Yeah? Stay aggressive. Okay. Well, I wasn't in anyway. But it really does suck when that is absolutely okay. That is absolute nonsense. Yeah. Sometimes, if he's just close enough to you, you can't do anything. He just starts teleporting. It's just like, eh. It's like, man, like I can't do anything against that. It's fine. This is supposed to be an Elden Beast video, and I'm struggling against Radagon. This is annoying as heck. This is really annoying as heck. I really want to get through Radagon real quick so I can start fighting the Beast. Because I had a really good run against the Beast yesterday. I just, at the end, towards the end of it, I felt bad because I didn't want to do it off stream. So I probably just phoned it in a little bit. I didn't really phone it in, but my heart wasn't 100% in it, so I know I didn't fight as hard as I could have. No. Okay. 3. Okay, that was 3. Phase transition. Perfect. Perfect phase transition. Let's go. Unless freaking does that. Unless he freaking does that. You know. I was hoping he would stance break. I was just hoping for it. And it didn't happen. It was a perfect phase transition until he decided to teleport. That teleport, honestly, the teleport is nonsense. It is such a nonsense. Because it takes something that should be simple, it takes something that should be fair, and it makes it unfair in my opinion. Like, Radagon would be fair if it was not for his teleport chains. That's why I don't consider this a fair boss. Sure, it makes him a little bit more varied, which is probably why he's so popular for most people. But it is really nonsense. There is nothing you can really do while he's deciding to teleport, and it just like this should be clockwork. There we go. Always waiting too long on these. Okay. That's a hash. Okay. Alright. Radagon, I need you to level. I don't know where you're at. God. There we go. Or you cannot do stuff like that. Alright. I don't know why I didn't do enough damage that time. I really don't. I guess I'll go to Unga Bunga whenever I can get that. Because it's so annoying. Honestly, Flame Give Me Strength is probably pretty low here. I've never used it for a boss at all because it is a faith move, and it's not even like a low faith move. It's like a pretty decently high faith move. Like, Flame Cleanse Me is more justifiable just because. Okay, let's go. Trans. I don't think this breaks him. Yeah, it didn't break him. Rolling. Alright, let's go. I didn't get a phase transition, so. Yeah, I was too close. Oh, I dodged that. Come on now. Let's go. Alright, so poor loser sugar. What is up with my freaking camera? That's need to get away from him. Because chances are... What are you doing over there, bro? So I'll run over to you. He's going after him and making back. Oh yeah? Where's our damage? What is that? Oh, what is going on with me? Is that my last heal? I have one more left. Where's he at? This might be coming for... Oh, okay, that's gonna kill the mimic. He never dodges that. We got one heal left, bro. Stop pretending your ass stuff or something stupid. Run to the side. Come on, come on. I just need one Earthshaker. What is up, my guys? God slain. And all the souls. I'll take it. And yeah. Honestly, Radagon was way harder. Because once it came down to Oonga Boonga time, that's all it really took. Alright, so here we are at the end of the game. Back here we have Grace. Now, do I have to end the game is the question. Can I warp anywhere else? Fractured America. So I can summon Ronnie, which I'm going to do. If I come over here, touch Fractured America. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll do that for a Dung Eater. And then it's just summon Ronnie. Best girl time. Alright, so I appreciate you watching me struggle. Everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube. Persevere.
The battle is over, I see.
Yeah, no thanks to you. Good lord. You know how hard it was to kill your fucking dad? No, seriously. And then this dude comes back. And when he comes back, he's a weapon and he's being wielded by...
I do solemnly swear
Space dragon.
To every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars. 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear,
This actually sounds scary.
doubt, and loneliness. As the path stretcheth into darkness.
Yeah, this sounds like a bad ending, honestly. This does sound like a bad ending. We just like her, but this is a bad ending for all of humanity, it sounds like. We let her get away with it because she's bae. But really, everybody who isn't us is having a bad time about this. Fear, darkness,
Well
and
then,
loneliness.
shall we?
Never ending cold. The Dark Knight. This sounds like the Game of Thrones, the Night King, honestly.
My fair consort eternal.
Yeah, I'm fair consort. You call me Zaddy, though. Alright. Well, I still regret not checking. So, getting streams up and going has been a learning experience for me. The very first few times I streamed, I was streaming Millennia, and I didn't know that you had to set up Twitch to actually save your VODs. So all that content it's gone. It's nothing. It's vaporware now. I guess that's not the way to use the term vaporware, but you know what I mean. It don't exist. And now, here we are. I did hours and hours and hours of content in Fair Missoula, and again, I don't check my work after I do it, and all of it, the audio is wrong. I don't even know if the audio is good for this. I'm hoping it is, because I turned the mic up on the Xbox, so hopefully it is. But if it's not, that's just the L I'm taking. I would hope that this is actually a good recording for once. I could always dub it over, I guess, but I don't want to go through all that. How long is this video? I don't think it'll be too long. It's only 20 minutes. It won't be too long of a video to dub over. But yeah. So, I've got a bunch of different names. Twitch, anime, actually, YC Phoenix. YouTube, Anime Nick and Jamal. Don't make fun of it. I made it up when I was like 12. If you were ever on a Anime High Sky RP, then you know what I'm talking about. But that was back in like the MSN Messenger days, AOL Messenger days. Yeah, I'm kind of dating myself, but very old school message boards. People are playing, role playing, like, yeah. Just their favorite anime characters. I tend to be a swordsman in Rurouni Kenshin. Now I'm playing a swordsman on Hammer. Twitch. Special thanks to George R.R. Martin. Alright. So, I'm sure you guys don't want to see all the rest of this. I do want to see... Hold up. So my next build, I can kind of sort of explain what I'm going to do with it. My next build is going to be pure arcane. That's going to be way more difficult than a pure strength run. In theory. Maybe in practice it'll be easier. But in theory, it'll be a much harder start. It's because, I mean, what kind of weapons do you really get? Then, some luck will be involved. I plan to stream it from day one. I didn't plan on streaming this from day one. I plan on streaming this, my next one, from day one. So, day one, I'm starting all 255 hours. Probably not, because I don't think I'm going to spend 255 hours on my next one. This one. I'm going to try to cut that down to like 100. 2 hours at a time, 3 hours at a time. I'm going to try to make this a series. If it's, I think a 20-part series would be 4 hours. 4.5 hours of podcast. 5 hours. That's 3.5 hours. I'll figure out how long it needs to be. I think 2 hours at a time would be 50 parts. 50 parts is a lot of parts. I think people are going to see that and they're not going to watch. I have to figure out exactly how long it has to be for each go. Probably how much free time I have. But I really do want to do this pure arcane playthrough. And when I say pure arcane, I don't mean pure arcane, but it's going to be mostly arcane, and then it's arcane and friends. Let's call it that. It's arcane and friends. Um, so I'm just go ahead and bring up the build calculator. I am going to do another level 138 build. I'm not going above level 138 under any means. And that's so that the build can do PvP at both levels 125 and at level 150. So the end build is supposed to look like 60 vigor, 20 mind, 39 endurance, 14 strength, 16 dex, 10 intelligence, 17 faith, and 41 arcane. So it's not a whole ton of arcane. And I get the 45 by using the augmented mask, but it's not a ton of arcane. The thing about the build is that based on the weapons that I'm going to be using, it should be good enough. Reduvia, Great Knife, excuse me. Using those two things together, I should be able to get enough bleed on most things. Whenever I'm not using those, I'm going to use Spike Club, the cold Spike Clubs. Have an egg skeleton with arcane. And by using that type of stuff, should be able to take down all the gargoyles, Radicon, even though I have access to Dragonmon because I do have that 17 faith, so it shouldn't be too hard. Actually, Radagon's weak to fire, and I could probably end up using Dragon Fire, or Magma Breath. Magma Breath sounds more like it. Yeah. So we'll end up trying to take out Radagon with Magma again. We'll see how well that goes. If that doesn't go well, then I'll beat him to death with clubs. Yeah. That one's going to be way harder, in my opinion. I don't think. Yes, bleed is broken, but I don't think the version of bleed that I'm using is going to be broken. I think I'm gonna have Fitzel Malaria for sure. Just because it's weird. And, unless I really break all the taboos in the world and go for Rivers of Blood, which if I get frustrated enough, I may end up doing that, but I don't want to do that before attempt number 100. So I will give myself 100 attempts, and in attempt 101, I'll break out the Rivers of Blood. But hopefully I don't get that far. I'm hoping by the time I get to the next playthrough, I'll be so nice at this, I'll be so good at this game, and I'll be so ready for her that we won't have to go that far. I'm hoping that my two knives, even though they have way shorter range than her katana, are going to be able to take care of that with the bleed that I do have. And it is, to be fair, it is Reduvia, so Reduvia has a projectile. I don't know if she's going to dodge it like she dodges all the other projectiles, but hopefully it's able to hit her. We're going to learn. We're going to learn when we get to her. If you do not start over now, you can choose to begin at the table Lost Grace and around. Okay, so I do not have to start New Game Plus immediately. So let's not do that. Let's say no. Alright. Just like that, we've beaten the game. Let's see what, wow, she's not here. Okay. Okay, yeah, she did move back over there. So, does that change anything? Do I still get the grace here? That's the Elden Throne. So, does this just start me over right before?
I see.
I'm gonna see. I think it just starts me over right before Elden Beast, doesn't it? I think it does just start me over right before Elden Beast. Because it straight up gave me 600,000 runes and said, hey, you're good, bro. Oh no, it doesn't. Because I can't touch light anymore. Okay, fine. Um, Other builds I want to try. So, I did math. I didn't really do math. I did some research, and Int Arc should be the weakest build in the game. I don't know if I want to go Int Arc for this next playthrough. I probably should as a challenge. It should be the weakest build in the game, even though theoretically, just by adding some dex gear, you can go straight from being the weakest build in the game to having Moonveil and Rivers of Blood. If I do have Rivers of Blood, there's no reason to do that. If I do have Rivers of Blood and Moonveil available, then of course I'm very powerful, very overpowered at that point in time. But that was not the plan. Save power for remembrance. Alright. So we pick one. America's Hammer or the Sacred Relic Sword. You see how much they even make you pay for this one because they know it's better. They know it's better. Technically I can use this one, but this one's just so much better. There's no comparison. There's really no comparison. In order to use it, I need to activate a room though. That's kind of my. If I really want to get my farm on, I need to use this. What's my dex at again? My dex is at 14, right? It's right there. Yeah, my dex is at 14. So I drink a flask for dex. I basically drink a flask with the dex and faith inside of it, and I can use the Sacred Relic Sword. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm literally at the perfect point where I can use Sacred Relic Sword just by popping a flask. So, yep, go ahead. Except for Dawn's Papers. So, I should look into using this. I've never tried it. I don't know how much it restores. Let's use this. Because the rest of the stuff is useful no matter where you are. The world is so dead, man. Like, it's literally only two people left in the round table. Yeah. You ready for PvP? Alright. Let's go get some PvP in. Um so in order to play PvP, the one thing I really need more than anything else are these. And I still have a ton left in storage, which is great. So PvP setup should look like. And just so you know, I'm totally biting Chase the Bro, even though I don't know the first thing about PvP. I've watched some of his videos, so I think I am a expert at PvP, even though I'm going to perform terribly. Fan daggers. I'm literally just biting his whole swag. So when I do it and perform terribly, you can tell how great he is if you didn't know how great he is already. One thing he doesn't do that I am going to do because I suck at this game is I'm going to put my most useful boluses right there. Blood, frost. There we go. Let's go. I'm going to have to fight the compulsion, the overwhelming compulsion that I always have to heal when my health gets low because obviously you don't do that. Because, I'm going to leave this all the same. Versus 9, that's fine, whatever. If I need to use flame cleanse me, I will. Or I'll use herb shaker should be fine for PvP purposes. Okay, so a PvP set. Well, if I'm talking about PvP set, I need to change some stuff. This. I need health, obviously. Crimson Medallion. This is useless in PvP, so let's replace it with. Am I using Urchin's Favor already? Yeah, I am. So, this is fine. Alright, so I don't use this outside of PvP, so let's use this in PvP. I'm trying to make sure all my stuff lines up correctly. Because this is normally Dragon Crest for defense, but you don't use that in PvP. This you use. I forgot what this was already. Oh, that was a shard of Alexander. Maybe. I just feel like ashes are so slow that you don't normally hit with them. Claw Talisman's probably a go. Claw Talisman can be the last. I want to use at least one offensive talisman. I think Claw Talisman's to go there. To go to there. Or do I Bullgum? Bullgum's offensive if you use it that way. Alright. So, poise. 0. I have 0 poise because I have 0 on run. That makes perfect sense. Okay. So, quick maths. What is a set that lets me get to 111 poise? While maintaining pretty decent robustness. And I think the answer is just going to be redundance. Let's start there. But redundance, I think, is short a little bit, so I might have to find more robustness, and that might come from other places. I'm gonna start with redundance though. Redundance, where's your armor, bro? Alright, so using redundance, we're only getting 75. Alright. Lionels. Pretty sure Lionels has the highest robustness, right? So we're at 92 points. Let's see if there's any helmets with more robustness than Lionels. Alright, so Radon's helmet has equal robustness to Lionel's. It's just the poise is way lower. I might end up keeping that just due to that fact. Just gonna run through them all real quick. What was that? Oh, yep. Could be cool. Just like White Mask could be cool just to counterplay against people trying to bleed me. Honestly. White Mask might be the play. Anti-bleed build. Hey, you bleed me? You bleed me, I will hit you harder. That might be the play. And then I just have to run bull goats after that. It's so anti-meta. I like it. Because I promise I'm going to run to at least some people who are going to want to do that. Alright. I need to resist magic. And I need to resist. I mean, Lionel's armor is just what peak performance looks like. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Look at that match resistance. Look at that, don't issue. It's not poised. Not poised. Not enough. Poised. Not enough. Poised. 5. Okay. These Lionel's gotten this. Alright, I think this is what right looks like. It's not exactly 111, but we are medium mode. I don't think I can get rid of this. I don't think I can get rid of this. I can't. I have to keep it. Alright, this is what right looks like. At least for me, right here, right now. This is what right looks like. So, I've never really used. I look like such a tryhard. People are gonna know exactly what's up as soon as I get summoned in. I should probably be using Claw Talisman. Alright, let's look at this physique. That actually looks like a good PvP physique, actually. Boost on him, negation. Not a mage. Alright, I'm gonna run real quick and try some PvP. You guys get to see my first real PvP duel. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I have to craft a thingy or put down one. I think I have to use its finger. I don't need no shackle. No. So, switch. Let's just make it this. Honestly, I don't ever use this either. Switch. Make that my. So, I forgot what recusant is. I think you get less. I think you get less stuff if you do it this way, right? If you use the recusant stuff, you get less health or something. Less health, less flash. Okay. Let's go ahead and pop this. What we dealing with here, bro? Over Don set? Yeah, let's go. It's just said I just turned down 10-man cracker. Let's give him his couple paces. Unable to summon. Alright, bet. This looks like it's going to be a bleed build. I'm about to have not fun. By the way, guys, I don't know how to play this game. I don't know how to play PvP. My entire experience so far has been PvE, except for that one time. Well, the 3 times I had to invade for the Alright, here we go. Let's go, boy. So what we doing? Crouch poke? Oh, I won my first duel! Let's go, boy! Let's go! Oh, that was exhilarating. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. That hurts. That hurts. I don't think I should have popped my flask. That was a mistake. Because I loaded up my flask with, like... Yeah, I loaded up, well, popping my flask when I actually came up with rest. Hopefully it doesn't press my finger. Let's keep doing this until I die. What do we got on the stream? 53 minutes. Let's keep doing this until I die. Touch one. Stealthy kill. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Let's see how. Oh no. Let's go another one. Oh, he looks strong. Nope, not again. Okay. Oh, I just fought you, bro. Shibiri. Okay, come on. He's probably strong. He's probably strong. That sounds like a strong name. That sounds like somebody who takes this game very seriously. Alright, here we go. I'm about to fight Pucker Fart. That's what we're doing. Oh, I can't do it. Let's go. Alright, he's really good. I'm not gonna hit him. Yeah. Yep. That's game time. You're not gonna teabag me, bro? Later. Alright, yeah. Alright, cool. So, and that's all she wrote. I won one and I lost one. Like I say, you win some, you lose some. Um, but I hope you guys had fun watching me. I definitely had fun doing this. Yeah. And until next time, when I come out here and I'm rocking the full Dex build, full arc build, or arc hit build, either way, whichever way I go. If if I go full, if I'm playing a bandit, it'll definitely be full arc. I'm not sure. I think prisoner is the way you would go with arc, and then after that, if I do another playthrough, it'll be a straight up Dex Faith. Like I'm just going to play the strongest build in the game, Dex Faith, and nothing's going to stop me. So I think I might just do that weakest build in the game. So instead of pure arc, it'll be an arc and then Dex Faith. And then if I start really getting my butt whooped with an arc, I'll just pour in some Dex so I can start wielding katanas because obviously that that's the that's the meaning of life is wielding katanas and destroying your foes with the power of Japanese weaponry. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. But if it does, I told you so. Like I said, I'm gonna give Millennia 100 tries. Radagon, I can see Radagon being a problem with an in arc build. Like, what weapons do you even use for that? Because he's pretty resistant to most things. It'll just be tough. We could probably figure something else, but it'll be tough. I think I'll end up using some magma sorceries if I can swing it. But I think those require faith, so we'll see. All right, deuces Twitch, deuces YouTube. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Ciao.